He sees this tape and they think, you know what I mean? It's going. So if you want to jump on board and be part of this historic event here, then, you know what? Do the right thing. Do the right thing.
La vita ritorna nella palestra messa a disposizione dal Columbus Center per prepararsi fisicamente e mentalmente alla nuova sfida al governo dell'Ontario.
Waiting patiently for a donation. Lord, we know that there's life and then there's death. But Lord, because of the doctors and all the latest things in science now, people can still live. Your word says if any two of us should agree, that if just anything that we ask should be done for us by our Father which is in heaven. Right now, we all agree donations and organ transplants are important. We all agree right now and asking you to give a transplant to Chris. We all agree right now for a transplant today for Frank. We all agree that a national registry system will be put in place. If everybody here agrees with what I just said, say amen. Amen. That's an agreement. Therefore, I believe we receive it. I ask these things in the name of your Son. Amen.
If we may, I'm just wondering if we can just take another moment. Today's the first week since we all heard the tragic news in America. We can just take a moment to recognize some people that could possibly still be alive today, and all the ones that have passed away and the families that are grieving, and also to acknowledge all the heroes in what's been in the last week. If we can just take that moment now, please. Thank you. Talking about heroes,
Don't take your organs to heaven. Heaven knows we need them right here. Don't take your organs to heaven. Let me make it perfectly clear that if you leave me behind, then you'll find you got a chance to continue giving. So don't take your organs to heaven. Heaven knows we need them right here.
Ciao Canada, io sono Michele Forte, sono il consigliere nazionale dell'AIDO incaricato per accogliere Giorgio ancora una volta che può esserci stato.
Rigaturno e lavoro al centro regionale di riferimento per i trapianti e del Lazio.
Di Marco, eccola qui, un'altra di Marco, vedi?
Giuditta 20 anni fa a fare una scelta coraggiosa e noi diciamo consapevole da condividere.
A video, perhaps it would be. Yes, here it is.
introduce.
My name is Blanca Miranda. I'm a former nephrologist. I was training in nephrology. And,
sorry, can you start over again? I didn't. Sorry.
My name is Blanca Miranda. I was trained in nephrology and I was working in nephrology for, let's say, 13 years. But since, let's say, 12 or 13 years, I'm devoted to transplant coordinator and working in the transplantation field.
Here yesterday, I got this yesterday. To remind people about
every CD or
I have photograph.
I'm Sarah Dennis. I'm the Information Manager for the Cardiomyopathy Association, and that's a charity in the UK that offers information and support to people who are affected by cardiomyopathy.
Challenging that position, and we want to challenge their research on how they arrived at that position with our research. And as I mentioned, we have 8 years of travels throughout over 100 communities in Ontario. Thursday, September 22nd, the Trillium Gift of Life Network reached a decision not to recommend presumed consent in Ontario.
So one would question where the money is and where it's being committed. To commit that they will make it mandatory that doctors, in fact, consult with the relatives of a deceased person is important. That can't be knocked. That's a step forward. But if that's as far as we've gone, in that amount of time with that much money, something is sorely lacking.
Residents can win. At least this year.
The name of our new campaign is called SOS 4000.
Good. Perfect. Will be a healthy one, and will be one that will lead most Ontarians, most countries like Spain, which are relatively conservative communities.
A good friend and a former distinguished member of this legislature and the current mayor of the town of Markham, Mr. Don Cousins. Welcome, Don. Mr. Cousins is himself the recipient of an organ transplant, and we'll hear from him later. I also want to introduce Mr. George Marcello, who is also a transplant recipient and someone who has dedicated himself to create awareness of organ donation, not only here in Ontario, but internationally. Mr. Marcello is here to lend his support for this initiative as well. He was here at the press conference with Mr. Peter Kormos last week, and I want to make it very clear at the outset that this is in no way a partisan initiative.